Hey, Mama, welcome back to another awesome episode of the Mama Work It podcast. My name is Marisa Lonic. I am your host and the founder of Mama Work It, where we support women in the juggle of mom life, work life, wife life, fill in the blank life. Today's episode is a solo one, as we often do here at Mama Work It, but it is an extra special one, you guys, because today is my 42nd birthday. What the what? Like, I can remember being in my 20s and thinking 42 sounded old. You guys, I still feel very much a solid 28 most days, if I'm being honest. And I think a lot of that is being fairly healthy, like eating well, working out, listening to my body, but also this mindset shift of like, I'm young and fun. I still have so much life ahead of me. I am choosing to believe I'm very much still in the first half of my life. But what I will say is that with age, with each year, each experience, each child I'm raising, each year of marriage, and this year is going to be year 17 of marriage, comes wisdom. And I'm super grateful for that. I am a lifelong learner. I relish in the fact that there is always something new to learn, no matter how old you are. And I don't just mean like fun facts, although those are great. I mean life experience, people experience, even like lessons learned the hard way experienced. I'm sure we've all had some of those. So I wanted to celebrate my birthday in a way that feels really aligned with this community by sharing 42 working mom tips that I've learned through career pivots, through burnout seasons, through raising kids, building a business, the peaks and valleys of marriage, and like just figuring it all out as I go, just like you are. I am a big believer in mentorship. If we can avoid some pitfalls in life, if we can get to our destinations with a little less traffic or detours or frustration, why not? If we can feel seen and heard and a little less alone, what's the harm in that? So I really hope this episode serves as a little bit of mentorship for you, whether you're younger or older than 42, whether you've got one kid or 10 kids, whether you're climbing the corporate ladder or you're just like ready to quit your job tomorrow. My hope is that something here is going to speak to you, will be just what you needed to hear in the season you're in. Because in the words of John Lennon, I think I may have put this in my high school yearbook. It's one of my quotes. I get by with a little help from my friends, and I am very much your friend, Mama. So I want to preface what you're about to hear with a little disclaimer. These are not Pinterest perfect tips. They're not plug and play, easy peasy, lemon squeezy hacks. I mean, maybe some of them are, but most of them aren't. They are hard earned, lived in, sometimes learned the hard way lessons that hopefully can also help you. I don't consider myself an expert in anything, despite what some people might think. I am a human, just like you. I am doing this with the intent to make a positive impact on the working mom community. If you do one of these tips and it doesn't work for you, or it turns out to be more of a hassle than a helpful hint, sorry, my intentions are good. So please be normal about it and don't play the blame game and say like, Marisa told me to do this and now my kid won't stop asking me for Pokemon cards or whatever consequence happens for you. I don't know. So take what feels applicable to you, leave what doesn't. And finally, whether you are 32, 42, 52, I hope something, at least one thing in this list feels like it was meant for you. So let's get into it. All right. First set of tips here, tips 1 to 10. We're talking about career and ambition. So here we go. I'm going to run through these pretty quickly. I mean, today's episode will be a little bit longer than our normal 30-ish minutes episodes, but I still don't want to keep you here forever because I know your time is precious. So if you need to listen to this on like a slower pace, or if you normally listen to your podcasts on like 1.5 or 2, it might be too fast for you, but I'm just warning you. You heard it first. I'm going to go quick. All right. Number 1, Your ambition is not selfish. Wanting more doesn't mean you love your kids any less. Your ambition is a way to indirectly parent and showcase that honoring this part of you is important. And for your kids, it's also like this open, welcome invitation for them to honor themselves if they are also ambitious humans or whatever it is that the qualities that they possess. Number 2, stop apologizing. You don't need to apologize for having a family at work. You don't need to apologize for sharing your opinion at a meeting, even if it's different than other people's opinions. Stop apologizing. I think Rachel Hollis wrote a whole book on this. I read it back in the day, like Girl Stop Apologizing. Go check it out. Maybe this is something you do on the regular. Number 3, flexibility is a form of wealth. Time freedom matters more than titles, money, a seat at the table in many seasons, and maybe especially in the season you're in right now. So treat time like a currency in your career and know that nothing's permanent. If right now a flexible schedule is what you need, that's okay. You can always change your priorities in 5 years or 10 years or next year. Number 4, you can pivot at literally any age. It is never too late to change careers, to start something new, or redefine success. Wang transitioned from figure skater to bridal fashion designer at age 40. Julia Child worked in advertising and intelligence before she even published her first cookbook and started her cooking show in her 50s. You can pivot at any age. Number 5, boundaries protect your performance. Boundaries protect your performance. I'm going to say that again. Overworking isn't impressive. It's unsustainable. And guess what? It leads to burnout. No is a full sentence. Ask for help when you need it. Be clear on your boundaries. Number 6, negotiate. Always. Period. Pay, flexibility, title. Ask. I told my client recently who was working toward a promotion, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. Ask. Number 7, your network matters. Nurture it. Community is like career insurance. Did you know that like 70 to 85% of jobs are filled through network rather than public job boards? So even if your resume is rock solid, if you don't have a network helping you, it is going to be so much harder to land where you want to. How do you nurture your network? Well, don't be one of those people who only reach out when they need something. Be thoughtful, be helpful, be kind. Chat with people regularly, not just when it serves you. Number 8, done is better than perfect. Perfection delays momentum. If you're someone who considers themselves a perfectionist, recovering perfectionist here, this one is for you. I've leaned into this quote many, many times over the years, and it has helped me tremendously. Done is better than perfect. Does this mean you put out crappy work? No, but it does mean you don't let the fear of not getting it right stop you from starting and completing it. Number 9, you don't have to climb every ladder. Choose ladders leaning against walls that you actually care about. I love this so much. Like, not everything is going to be a yes for you. Not every ladder is going to lead to the place, the title, the team you want to be on. So you don't have to climb every single ladder that is presented to you. You don't have to take every opportunity that comes your way. Number 10, your career will have seasons. Growth season, maintenance season, reinvention season, all are valid. Take a minute to think about what season you're currently in. Take a deep breath and honor it. Like I said before, nothing is permanent. And if right now it's serving you to be in the season you're in, it's giving you what you need, then just be okay with that. All right, we're moving into tips 11 to 20. These tips have to do with your mindset. And did you know your mindset is responsible for up to 95% of your success? So let's get into it. Number 11, comparison is the thief of joy. Run your race, stay in your lane. We've got a whole episode dedicated to ways to beat what I lovingly refer to as comparisonitis. I'm going to link that in today's show notes if you want to give it a listen. But remember, comparison is the thief of joy. Number 12, protect your brain. Curate your social media. Guard your energy. Don't have the TV or radio or podcast always on. You don't always need noise in the background. Silence and stillness is okay. And it's protecting your brain. Number 13, not everything deserves a reaction. Sometimes the best reaction is no reaction. Remember that. Number 14, your thoughts are powerful. I want you to really question the negative ones. There is this acronym I learned a while back from a former business coach of mine. It's called TFAR. Thoughts, feelings, actions, results. Your thoughts start this whole path. Negative thoughts are going to lead to negative feelings, which are going to lead to negative actions, which are going to lead to negative results, maybe even no results if you're not taking action. So example, I can't start a business. I'm not smart enough. I'm too tired. I'm too busy. I feel like I just can't take on another thing. So what happens? I do nothing and I achieve nothing. Even though deep down, I really do wish I could start this business. So change your thoughts, change your entire situation. Number 15, burnout is feedback, not failure. If you are feeling burnt out, it does not mean you failed. It does not mean you messed up, you made a mistake. It means you need to reevaluate your situation. What needs to change? What am I doing too much of, not enough of? What does my body need? What does my mind need? What does my soul need? And PSA, you can't fix burnout with a mani-pedi or a lunch date or a long weekend. Those are definitely good, helpful things, helpful band-aids, but this needs to be a consistent effort, sustainable change, or you're going to get back there quicker than you left. Number 16, rest is productive. I will tell you, I struggled with this for a long time. I am a doer. Rest is sometimes uncomfortable for me. But what I realized is that rest doesn't have to look the same for everyone. Rest doesn't mean you have to go take a nap. I don't even like naps. I rarely take them. But rest can look like a walk outside without any social media or phone or music or email or anything. It's resting my brain from the work, from the screen, from the noise. It can look like doing something you love that you often think you have no time for. Crafting, sewing, reading, scrapbooking, organizing, I don't know, fill in the blank. Rest is productive. Number 17, you are allowed to change your mind. We are evolving every single day, which means the version of us yesterday isn't the same as the version of us today. Yesterday me maybe wanted to bake muffins. Today me does not actually want to make muffins today because maybe my kids are homesick from school or muffins are no longer a priority. You are allowed to change your career, change where you live, change your political beliefs, change your religious affiliation. You're allowed to change your mind about getting your kids a cell phone at age 13, even though they may be very disappointed with that decision. If your intuition is speaking to you and it's different from what you originally planned, you are allowed to change your mind. Number 18, growth feels uncomfortable before it feels empowering. No one ever talks about the hard part of growth. Like we all love the good part, the part where we win, the part where we succeed, the part where we're looking back and we're being like, look how far I've come. But what about the actual growth part? You know how when kids are growing, they get those growing pains? My kids get those. It's not pretty. It's painful. It hurts. It's uncomfortable. Growth looks like shit on us before our glow up, if I'm being totally frank and honest. So remember, if you are in an uncomfortable season of growth right now, maybe you're in like your awkward phase of growth, you're going to look a lot better after this growth puberty subsides. Remember that. All right. Number 19, confidence comes from action, not overthinking. Oh, I am such an overthinker. It's like a real problem. And what I've learned time and time again, The fear doesn't go away until I've actually done the scary thing. So do it scared. Do it when you're 75%, not 100%. Do it imperfectly. In the words of Nike, like, just do it. And number 20, gratitude shifts your nervous system. Practice it daily, every single day. Whole episode on gratitude as well, raising grateful kids, but also practicing gratitude yourself. You can check that one out in today's show notes as well. But seriously, there is always something to be grateful for. And I'm a big believer that you attract more of what you want when you're already grateful for what you have. All right, let's move on to tips 21 to 30. Tips 21 to 30, the next 10 are all about motherhood. Hello. Let's talk about it. I'm no parenting expert, but here are some things I've learned in these 42 years, 12 of them being a mama, that I want to share with you today. All right, tip 21 here. Your kids need connection, not perfection. Oof, stop trying to be the perfect mom and just be the present mom. Put your phone down, ask questions, make eye contact, initiate play. Don't wait for them to ask you. Schedule dates or special time together, even if it's just running an errand together. Connect. 22, repair matters more than getting it right every time. None of us are going to get it right every time. So repair, apologize, model emotional intelligence, show them you're human and it's okay to make mistakes. God knows I make them daily here. 23, you can absolutely love being a mom and still struggle with it. There is nothing in my life that I love every single moment of every single day, and probably not for you either. Like, I love my work. I love what I do, but sometimes it's frustrating. I love my husband, and sometimes he does something that annoys me. I love my kids, and sometimes they are so overstimulating that I need a break from them. Very, very normal. 24, lower the bar in hard seasons. I'm going to reference another episode here about parenting through burnout because this was one of the tips I talked about on that particular episode. Some days you are going to kill it. Some days you are going to give it all you've got, and it looks like 20% of what you gave the day before. Sometimes it will be weeks at a time when you have to bend your rules because maybe it's Maycember or it's back to school or it's the holidays or you're pregnant or you're not sleeping through the night because you have a baby going through the 4-month sleep regression. You just went back to work, whatever it is. It's okay to move the bar where you need it to be during certain seasons. No one is measuring it but you. 25, ask for help before you resent everyone. Oh, girl, have I been here before. In fact, I write about this vicious cycle in my first book, Time Management. So let this be your reminder. Ain't no one handing out trophies or cash or tiaras to the moms who do it all alone. And not only are you going to not get a nice shiny medal, you're going to probably hate everyone along the way. You're going to resent them. You're going to resent them for not helping, not offering to help, not recognizing your martyrdom, for breathing, for existing. You're going to resent them. You know what I'm talking about. And you know who this person or these people are in your life right now. So start asking for help. Number 26, your partnership, your relationship needs attention too. Guess what? In seasons where my marriage has been in a really solid, good place, it feels like our whole family absorbs that positive energy and it carries, it trickles down, it envelops everyone. Not everything may go our way in that season, but it is like so much easier to navigate the waves, the struggles when our relationship has been nurtured. In seasons where it hasn't, it's harder. It all feels harder. Parenting, work, house stuff, all of it. Not every relationship is meant to be forever. I recognize that. But if you are in it for the long haul with your significant other, make sure you are giving that partnership attention, time, energy, your best. 27, family meetings solve more than silent frustration, or as is more likely in our house, yelling battles. I'm really silent here. So one time my kids were driving each other and me freaking crazy, honestly. It was the tail end of a school break. We'd been spending all this time together at home. There was a lot of bickering, fighting, arguing. It seemed like no matter what, someone was unhappy or tattling or crying, or they were like instigating another bad situation because we were due for another fight any minute. And you know what we did? We held a family meeting. And I had this pen in my hand and I said no one could talk unless they were holding the pen. That was the rule. Did it solve everything? Not exactly, but it did give us all some time to speak without being interrupted, to go over some basic rules everyone had been breaking, to come up with a plan of action, even of how we were going to spend the next hour or so without me losing my mind. So family meetings, all right, implement them. 28, create simple rhythms, not rigid schedules. I'm all about simplicity. And you might think we have a lot of like schedules and spreadsheets and organization here. I mean, we really don't, I'll be honest with you. Obviously, there are things that need to be strict when it comes to time, like leaving for school. But overall, it's really more about the rhythms and routines here. And they're super simple because we don't want them to fall apart when things don't go as planned, because they often don't go as planned. So for example, one routine is that when my kids get home, they have to do 3 things. My husband started this. They have to say hi to whatever parent is home. So if I do the pickup, it's usually him. If he does the pickup, it's me. They have to take their lunchbox and water bottle out and put it on the counter. And they have to hide their shoes and backpacks, AKA like they can't leave them in the middle of the hallway. They have to put them either in the closet or in this corner next to our entry table. I probably need a better system for that, but out of sight, out of mind. It's working for us. So it doesn't matter when they get home. If they have practice after school, whatever it is, that's the routine. It's simple, it's effective, and it's flexible. Another one, we eat together most nights. Sometimes it is a delicious home-cooked meal at 6 o'clock. Sometimes it is leftovers before we rush out the door at 5 o'clock. Sometimes we're grabbing fast food on the way home from a game at 8 p.m. But we are normally eating dinner together. The simpler and more flexible you can be, the easier it will be to stick to the most important rule there is. And in these examples, that is putting their things in place and having dinner together as a family. Number 29, protect one-on-one time with each child when possible. So I used to be a lot better about this. I'll be honest. I would plan a one-on-one date with each twin, maybe I think once per quarter is what I had committed to. This is when they were younger. But then I kept adding children to the mix and life happened and I stopped prioritizing this, honestly. And lately I've been trying to put it back on my radar. And we actually talked about this recently when we were all in the car. So let this be my accountability telling you that we're making an effort here to do one-on-one dates with each kid, at least one per kid from now until the end of the year. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but it takes planning, it takes effort, especially when you have 4 kids, it's busy. So even if this is just like a Starbucks or an In-N-Out or a Target, whatever it is, whatever kind of date errand it is, it's just the 2 of us, I'm here for it. All right, number 30, the days are long, the years are fast. Both are true. I used to not really believe this when people would tell me. I'd be like, okay, now come over and handle this tantrum or feed this baby at 3 a.m. But honestly, it is so true. It is so true. This year in particular has felt like such a whirlwind. I talk to friends who have kids graduating high school this year and they're not okay. They feel like they blinked and their kid is an adult. So I don't know what to tell you. I know it's hard. I know some days feel so long, but also try to just relish in the little nuances of the season you're in because it's so short-lived in the grand scheme of things. All right, we're moving on with our numbers here. We're moving into time and productivity. You know, this speaks to my heart. This is kind of where Mama Work It all started, with time management for moms, time momagement, as I lovingly refer to. So our next few tips 31 to 36, are all about time and productivity. Here we go. 31, plan the week before the week plans you. All right, so be in charge of your calendar. Don't let your calendar be in charge of you. I'm going to drop a link to a blog post I wrote about this a while back. So you can reference that if you feel like your schedule is really starting to control your life. It should not be that way. Number 32, choose 3 priorities per day, not 15. Okay. 3 small goals per day, every day. That's it. That's what you commit to. Number 33, batch similar tasks. You know, I love a good batch party, especially if you've listened to my holiday habits episode where I talk about it during the holiday season in particular. I do this a lot though throughout the year, not just during the holidays. So I'm going to link that episode so you can get an idea of what I'm even talking about when it comes to batching tasks and batch parties in particular. 34, say no more often than feels comfortable. Ooh, all right. Hear me out on this. I want you to protect your time like you protect your kids. Oof. Let me say that again. I want you to protect your time like you protect your kids. Even if you are a yes person, even if you feel like you may get FOMO, even if you know you could do it, you could handle it, it doesn't mean you should. So say no more often than feels comfortable. It kind of goes back to our boundaries that we talked about before. Number 35, automate what you can, simplify what you can't. I love me some automation. And today it feels like you can automate so much. Bill paying, diaper ordering, reoccurring reminders, automate it all. Less to think about when it comes to repetitive tasks equals more space for what matters. Number 36, time management over time management. If you've been following along for a while now, you know I've talked about this before. When you are a mom, time management doesn't cut it. You're probably already doing this well, and you probably still feel like shit. So what needs to change? You need to start managing your time, not managing it. And just this year, I decided to start offering this once very elusive 5-figure program that, quite frankly, not many moms felt they had the budget or felt they could purchase without guilt. So I turned this into a complete DIY course, a fraction of the cost. And I'm talking, you can get this on sale right now for under $20. So use the link in today's show notes. Run, do not walk. Get this deal. This is only valid in the month of June, my birthday month. So go order it today. All right, we're moving in to tips 37 to 42, the tail end of our episode here. These have to do with self and identity. And these are a little bit more reflective and heartfelt. All right, here we go. Number 37, don't lose yourself completely in motherhood. So I want you to really think about staying connected to what makes you, you. Being a mom is a hat you wear. Absolutely. But it's not the only hat you wear. Like, remember, you are a fashionista. You like different hats and you're allowed to wear different hats. So while motherhood may be your favorite one, it's not your only one. And you're allowed to change your hat sometimes. Number 38, invest in your health early. Don't wait to get elevated levels on blood tests, to get a health scare during a mammogram. Focus on your health while you're like, quote unquote, healthy. Sleep, exercise, manage your stress, do things proactively rather than reactively. Number 39, everyone needs a coach. I really wish everyone on this planet knew what coaching was, had the ability to pay for it, and was open to receiving it. I can't tell you enough. Like, coaching has changed my life for the better, and I'm probably one of the most self-motivated people you'll ever meet. But it has just leveled me up in so many ways. It has propelled me forward and helped me achieve huge goals. It has rewired my brain in ways I didn't even think were possible. And I love that as a coach, I get to do this and help people in this way. If you have never worked with a coach before, let this be your sign to go find one, schedule a free call, see what you think. I can make that very easy for you by popping my free breakthrough call link in today's show notes. But if I'm not who you call, I'm not offended. Okay? That's okay. A lot of companies out there, they have this as a benefit. Research it. See if it's something you can take advantage of at work. Just take my word for it. You are likely not maximizing your potential on this earth without this resource. Number 40, celebrate small wins. We wait too long to feel proud, especially as high achieving women, which I imagine if you listen to this show, you are. And you know why that is? As soon as we hit a goal, we're already thinking about the next one. And we start immediately working toward the next milestone. Or even worse, we minimize our wins by comparing them to someone else's journey. So I want you to make it a point this week to celebrate one small win, whatever that looks like to you in this season. Whenever I have a hard time reframing my brain to do this, I always go back to myself 5-10 years ago. And I think about how far I've come, how much I've accomplished, what a different place I am in life. So celebrate all the wins, especially the small ones. Number 41, your story is still unfolding. So even if it doesn't look like you imagined, it's still happening. The other day I was scrolling my Instagram and I see this video, no frills, just a talking head video of this woman, not made up, no influencer, camera ready status, just kind of your neighbor you'd see if you were walking out your door and she's out there watering her flowers or something, just very normal. Okay. Anyway, she says, your timing is not divine timing. Let that sink in. Your timing is not divine timing. And I really heard that because I am one of those people who wants the happy ending to be now. I don't want the end per se, but I want the happy part of the story, the thing I'm waiting on to happen right now. I don't like waiting. I don't like pausing. I don't like not knowing what's going to happen. And I think we're all a little bit like this, but it can also be so exciting to be in the unknown. It can be fun to be anticipating the happy ending. It can be almost more of a rush to be in that pre-phase than the actual phase sometimes. It can be uncomfortable as well, but it's all about how you see it. And I love that my story is also still being written, as is yours. I love that there's adventure and heartache and happy moments, and that it's not a happy ending already because I'm still living it. And if I'm the main character in this book, in this story, then the book better be damn good, New York Times bestseller good. So cheers to that. All right, number 42. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we made it here. Well, here it goes. Let me leave you with this. You are doing better than you think. You know how we tend to compare ourselves to people who look like they're doing better than us, right? Like people with nicer cars or houses or kids who behave better or jobs that pay more or whatever it is. What if we stopped thinking about all the things we don't have and paying more attention to what we do have? What if we heard more of the compliments and less of the gossip? What if we went inward and spoke to ourselves the same way we speak to our kids, our colleagues, our friends? We'd probably be a lot prouder, happier, and fulfilled. So let me be the one who reminds you today that you are doing better than you likely think you are. Let that land. All right, mama friends, that is that. I am 42 years young today, and I hope these 42 tips, lessons have resonated. Maybe not all of them, but I'm not aiming for perfection. I'm aiming for progress. I started this show at 37. It has been 5 years of showing up, 5 years of learning, 5 years of meeting incredible guests, 5 years of growing as a person myself. And I hope this platform has been and continues to be a place where you can grow too. So if this episode resonated, I'd love for you to share it with a working mom friend, maybe screenshot it, tag me on Instagram, wish me a happy B-Day, leave me a review. It means more than you know. I read all of them. And if you're in a season of stretching, surviving, soaring, whatever season you're in, I hope one of these 42 reminders sticks with you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for growing with me. Here's to 42 and to all the wisdom still ahead. Until next time, mama, keep on working it. Bye.